Hello, thanks for coming back to my channel. Welcome back to all my regular subscribers, and if you're new, please do consider subscribing to the channel for more running related videos. Let's get straight into this one. This is my kit for Man vs Lakes 2019. The first item on the kit list is a running bag or bum bag or backpack, whatever you fancy, but you need some means of carrying your kit. But you can't just get any old backpack or any old bum bag, because the way in which all this kit needs to be carried and what you actually need to carry, you've got to give it some thought. So I'll go through the list. So we need to have a waterproof bag liner, because in Man vs Lakes you get submerged in water, you get wet, and you need to keep your kit dry. A reusable cup suitable for hot drinks. That is a new item that went on the kit list very late in the day, because they're looking to eliminate the use of single-use plastic cups, which I think is a really positive move. So I'm always pleased to see a race doing that. So I'm happy to get that cup. Bag tag and race numbers and stuff you'll get when you get there. GPS tracker that they'll provide when you get there. Running shoes, obvious. A hydration bladder with a bottle of a minimum of 2 litres capacity. Now that's where you really need to think about the bag and what bag you get. So there's loads of hydration packs out on the market. I'm not going to go into them all. I'm just going to show you the one I got. So this is a Kalenji backpack from Decathlon. It costs £50, I think it was, roughly £50. But I think this will be worth it. In the back here, you've got the bladder, and this bladder is capable of carrying 2 litres. It's got markers down the side which shows me that I've got a quarter of a litre, litre and a half, 2 litres, all that sort of stuff. If you fill it up to here, you've got your 2 litres. What made me choose this one over others is the way that it seals. So this piece comes off the top, that unfolds, and then you can literally open the top of the bladder here, fill it with water, and then you seal it back over and you slide this bit back on. Like so. What I've seen with other bladders is that they've got like a hole here and you've got to fill it up here, and then you've got to try and screw the lid on whilst all the water's spilling out. I didn't like that, and also when it comes to emptying it, if there was a hole in the middle, some of the water would go past the hole and collect down here, and it was hard to empty. Whereas this one, you just open that top, tip it out, and it all comes out. I even put a sort of pint glass inside it and just stood it overnight so that any drops would get out and air out, and it worked fine, and it's perfectly dry, and I think that's going to prevent mould and stuff. It goes in here dead easy, so it's not going to be the easiest thing to show you, but in the rear section there, that's where the hydration bladder is going to go, and there's just netting between the bladder and you, but that's enough. Once you get the bladder inside, obviously the pipe comes out. One feature I really liked about this one was the magnet here that just clips on there. You can run, pull it off, have a drink, put it back. It's dead easy. I did buy a cheaper pack than this in the first instance, just to kind of keep costs down, and it was cheap for a reason. And certainly it had no magnet. There was a Velcro strap. I was fiddling with it, trying to undo it and drink, and then fiddling, trying. It's just a faff that you didn't need. That's dead easy, so I really liked that. This has got 15 litres volume, as it says there, so it's got a lot of space to hold all your kit. And I think anything smaller than that, I would have been struggling to get all of this mandatory kit in. So what I've done then, to line the bag, you've got to have the waterproof dry bag. This is just a fairly cheap one. I picked this up off of Amazon. I'll put a link to this below if you want to get it from Amazon, and it will be an affiliate link, so a small percentage commission will be paid to me, but it doesn't cost you any extra money, and it doesn't cost the seller any extra money. It's just a kickback that I would get to help this channel. So if you want to do it that way, I really appreciate it, but if not, you can find it cheaper elsewhere, no problem at all, don't blame you. So that is going to go inside here. As you can see, there's zips down the side, these come open, and this is the part where you're going to store your kit. So I've got my dry bag. It says you need to have food on you, minimum of 400 calories. Now, a gel is just under 100 calories, so I'm going to say to make it the 400, you need to carry 5 gels. Now this is a 28-mile race. You're going to need gels on the race, but the idea of this is that you're going to have the gels that you intend to use during the race. You need this 400 calories of extra to be on you at all times. It's survival food. So if you go into hypothermia or anything and you end up needing to be rescued, you can survive and you've got some calories. So the beauty of that is on the front of the vest, there's lots of pouches like this one here. There's these here, there's 2 pouches there. There's a smaller pouch at the bottom. There's lots of pouches and front storage which sits down here on the body. And I've put gels in there and they seem to fit nicely. So that's that sorted. And then you need a waterproof jacket with taped seams. They won't let you, by the way, they won't let you race if you miss any of this kit. So I've been and got 2 waterproof jackets because this one was from Decathlon, not very expensive. It advertised taped seams, and around the tops and the shoulders and things like that, yes, the seams were taped, but then the seams that went down here didn't seem to be taped. And I think this is something they're going to be strict on at Rat Race when we get there for the Man versus Lakes. They're going to be strict on tape seams, and I don't think that one's any good. It felt like if you unzip that and unfold the jacket, it basically comes out of the pocket of the jacket. And then when you're done, you tuck it all back into the pocket and zip it up. So it's a self-containing pack. There's no extra bag or drawstring bag or anything you have to fiddle about with. So that was good. But I don't think the tape seams were there to the level required. So I've picked up this one from Sports Direct just today, actually, $16.99. It's a, I don't know, Gel-Ert is that? I don't even know how you say that. But this one, I've checked it and all the seams are taped, and that is going to do the job. So that's the one I'm going to use. And again, you unzip the side, it unfolds, and when you finish, you tuck it all back in the pocket. And that's that. There's not much difference in size, there's not that much difference in weight, but I think this one with the tape seams is going to be the winner. So that one will go back for a refund. Right, so you have to have a hat that's suitable for conditions of different weather. I've got my Old Faithful Carrymore running hat, which is good for the sun. I wore this at the Great Wall Marathon in China where it was baking hot, and that did the job. I've also got a buff just in case it gets a little bit cold and goes the other way. That is just an old buff, but you can pick up buffs anywhere. They're often giving them out free at races and all sorts, and they're not very expensive. It also says that you need lightweight gloves. Old Faithfuls again, Carrymore gloves from Sports Direct, about £5 or something I think, and they're just thin gloves to keep you warm. A survival bag. Now I checked the website, and I've got like foil blankets that I've been given at races, you know, London Marathon or whatever, and you've got a foil blanket to keep you warm. I've got loads of them just thrown in a box that I've never used, but they're not sufficient. It has to be a survival bag. It's a bivvy bag. I picked this one up from Sports Direct for about $2.99, I think it was. It's Carrymore. It's sort of a, I think it's a use once kind of scenario. But I think the idea is we're going to be in and out of water, we're going to get cold, and you might go into hypothermia or something like that. So if that happens, you can put on warm clothing, because that's one of the other kit items, is a pair of leggings. Carrymore leggings, Sports Direct, cheap, does the job. You can put on your leggings, you can get inside your survival kit bag, you can have your 500 calories of food, you can have your 2 litres of water, and you can keep yourself surviving until the race organisers mount some sort of rescue, because you're out in a remote area. So a lot of this is kind of safety really, not necessarily going to be needed, but it's like a bit like having a condom. It's better to have one and not need it than the other way around. You have to have a basic first aid kit, and they're specific about what needs to be in this kit: a triangular or comfortable roller bandage, assorted adhesive dressings, separate sterile absorbent material such as gauze or gauze bandage, suitable for compressing bleeding wounds, blah blah blah. This is a small running first aid kit that I picked up again from Sports Direct. I think it's about £6, and it had most of what I needed in there. So I've bought a few extra medical supplies and topped it up to the required levels. But the pouch itself is decent. It opens up like that. You've got 2 separate zip compartments. One of the other required items is a loud whistle that, you know, again, if you get stranded or whatever, you can attract attention. So I bought that. That was $1.99 from Sports Direct. But I also realised that on the actual vest there is a whistle.
And that is you. That's my whistle, isn't it?
It's me!
Oh, is it you? God. So,
The wife's now blaming my daughter for blowing whistles in the house. But this is This one was only £1.99, so I'm going to keep hold of that because I think that could be useful anyway. They're both quite loud, so I may not take that on Man vs Lakes, but little one goes on camps and stuff, you know, so that could be useful. I've also, I mean, this isn't mandatory kit, but this is a little clip light. I can't remember where I got this from. I think it was National Running Show. It was in the Ambassador's goodie bag. But this is just a little clip light that you can put on, and it's got different settings. So again, just for attracting attention. If I get into trouble, I can use that. The other things you need is a fully charged mobile phone, no problem. A minimum of £10. And then it says essential event information with medical contact numbers and stuff. So they'll give me that there. So that's pretty much the mandatory kit. The only thing I don't have is a foldable cup, because as I said, that was a late addition to the list, and I'm gonna source one before I go there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to put all this kit together in the bag, fill it with water, put my gels in there, everything in there, and I'm going to take it out and see what happens and see how I feel running with this. So I'm just in Tring, and I'm near to where the Tring Park Run is actually. This isn't a sponsored video or anything like that. I haven't been gifted this product. It's just something that I needed. In here I've got all the kit. I'm going to be practicing with this backpack tonight, practicing carrying this weight and see how I get on with it. So I just ran up a hill, and god damn it did I notice this backpack. It doesn't feel heavy on my back, on my top half, but my legs know about it for sure. A few kilos of weight that I'm not used to. So I think I'm going to have to slow it down a lot for Man vs Lakes, but this is good practice and learning these lessons in training now.
I do find myself sprinting. My legs go fast, but I'm not actually moving.
So what I've done is I've put my clothing, like the gloves, the leggings, the hat, the buff, all of those things that I'm going to maybe want to be dry in case I get freezing cold and wet and need some dry clothes. I've put them inside this waterproof. I've got this smaller one, which I'm going to put in things like SD cards, GoPro batteries, stuff like that. So I'm going to keep my electricals in there. They're going to go inside here. And then that's going to go inside the larger one with the survival bag. Oh, my first aid kit's in there as well. My survival bag and my waterproof jacket, because to be honest, they're waterproof. If it gets wet, the water runs off it. So I don't really care about that being too dry. But yeah, that's all going to go inside the bigger one. Once that's all in, you just fold over the top a couple of times, dead easy, and then it clips together. And that is your dry bag. I guess, you know, I'll squeeze some air out of that when I'm doing it for real. And then I've got to get that in here somehow. So I'm going to have to play around repacking this and everything until I get it right. Right, that's all in there. Whee, I'm happy with that. And then as long as it zips up, yes. There we go. So all of that mandatory kit is going to go in this pack. So the beauty of this pack and the things I've liked about it is when it goes on, it's got 3 clips down the front. I feel like having these 3 clips all done up, this is quite, you know, tight to your body. I think you're going to have to make sure you get these straps right. So it's tight enough so that this pack is fairly solid on your body and it's not going to be bouncing around. But equally, you don't want it crushing your chest too much, so get it right, practice. But what I found as well is having this just magneted up there. This does tuck away, but for now, you can just pull it off. Drink, you have to sort of bite down on this to make the liquid come out, and there's also an on-off tap on the end. So at the minute that's off, as I take it off to drink, twist, drink, twist, magnet, and it's done. Most of you will know I normally shoot my videos in my kitchen, but as you can see, the kitchen is kind of undergoing a bit of work. like a whole new thing. So at the minute, it's quite good to be going away from Man vs Lakes for the weekend because I can't really cook food here, so I'm going to eat there. So it's going to be awesome. But anyway, if you've liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more running content, and I will card above the actual Man vs Lakes video once it's made, obviously, and it goes live. So if you watch this as soon as it launches, it won't be there, but I'll add it later. But anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video, which will be Man vs Lakes. Yes!